Ukrainian Army's 425th Assault Regiment Skala has launched a counteroffensive on the Russian military position in Pokrovsk city in eastern Donetsk region. 5 Russian soldiers have been killed in the operation, in which Ukrainian troops suffered no losses. During the counteroffensive, members of Skala Regiment received information about the location of Russian soldiers in the area by drone operators. Video released in social media shows the operation in Pokrovsk. The Commander-in-Chief of Ukraine's armed forces Oleksandr Syrsky said on Monday that the army was launching counteroffensive against Russian troops in embattled Pokrovsk. Being a strategic hub, Pokrovsk has been under heavy assault of Russian troops over the past year. Ukrainian military says its units hold their positions. Russia said its forces pushed deeper into Pokrovsk on Tuesday.
In considering the many effects of the war in Ukraine on the Russian economy, few suspected that fuel shortages would be one of them. After all, Russia is an oil-rich country whose energy infrastructure is far from the front lines. For most of the war, it has been Ukraine, not Russia, whose energy grid has been in the line of fire. Yet, since August, when Ukraine began a concerted campaign to strike oil refineries deep inside Russia, fuel shortages have come to preoccupy Russians. By late October, Ukrainian drones had hit more than half of Russia's 38 major refineries, recalls Foreign Affairs. In the latest round of Ukrainian attacks, armed forces of Ukraine operators flew a reported 10 to 20 kamikaze robot planes through hundreds of kilometers of Russian airspace to hit the 750 kilovolt Vladimirskaya substation and the transformers inside it, near the city of Vladimir. It was the second time in a week that Ukrainian drones had hit the facility and set it on fire. Aside from scattered light anti-aircraft fire at the target, the Ukrainian drones seem to have made their way to the target unimpeded. The Vladimirskaya substation is a key energy facility transferring electricity from the Volga hydroelectric power plant, the Kostroma power plant, natural gas-fired, and the Kalinin nuclear power plant to the cities of Vladimir and Ivanovo, and their collective regional populations of at least 750,000 residents, as well as serving as a major electricity source for the greater Moscow power grid. Elsewhere in central Russia, in the vicinity of a thermal power plant in the central Russian city of Oryol, Ukrainian turbojet or rocket-propelled drones hit a ground target or targets in a second long-range air raid. Waves of Ukrainian drones numbering 50 to 60 kamikaze aircraft hit a major substation in the Russia-occupied Donetsk region. The Donetsk region shut down, cut power to military manufacturing. Russian Army and Air Force units and civilian infrastructure and emergency response teams were working to repair the damage, an occupation authority official told local media. Since October the 13th, according to Kyiv Post counts, Ukrainian strike planners have launched at least 29 separate strikes directly targeting power grid infrastructure inside Russia or occupied Ukrainian territories, with attacks almost always seemingly intended to hit flammable sections of a transformer station to set it afire. Ukraine has carried out at least 146 long-range strikes against targets inside Russia since Kyiv's late July launch of a strategic bombardment by drone and missile campaign against Kremlin assets. According to data compiled by the Kyiv Post, power substations and the transformers they use are highly flammable. The most explosive component is mineral oil used for insulation and cooling of equipment. Western substations, comparable to the Vladimirskaya station, with 4 transformers, would normally contain between 50 and 100 tons of explosive cooling oil. In most cases, the strikes set fire and cut power to surrounding regions partially, with full service being returned in 24 to 48 hours.